If you have a full-time job and invest in crypto and stocks at the same time, you probably know this problem. While you're working, the market doesn't care if you have time right now, Bitcoin is moving, for example. As I said, there's new economic data, companies are publishing their numbers, and interest rates are also changing, for example. And somewhere an interesting altcoin or an undervalued stock could be emerging right now. The only question is, how are you supposed to follow all of this alongside your normal daily routine? I built the 10x Insider specifically for this problem. Because I don't think you have 3 hours every evening to scroll through TradingView, financial portals, X, or YouTube. You shouldn't have to make tracking investments into a second full-time job on top of your actual job. What you need is a clear structure. Which developments are actually relevant right now? What does the overall market environment look like, and where are risks actually emerging? And which stocks or altcoins could even be interesting enough to take a closer look at? In the next step, we'll just go through everything the 10x Insider has to offer together. That way, you can see the user interface, and it's completely free of charge. Welcome to the tutorial for 10x Insider. Great to have you here. First of all, this is the main desktop homepage. Just navigate over to the left-hand side to WAP once you've joined, and then you'll basically see all the most important details and key information right there. On the left is the menu. Here's 10x Insider, down here is 10x Invest, and this is where I post regular news updates. You can click right here at the top. This is your starting point, so to speak. There you'll find an exchange finder for crypto exchanges, a wallet finder. Hardware wallets are crucial in crypto, then coin tracking, a tax tool, and TradingView, which is important for the 10x indicator. Then you can just click here on the left for 10x Insider. I provide regular news updates there, but I also offer detailed chart analyses, for Internet Computer, for example, but also for various other altcoins and Bitcoin as well, using my specific 10x indicator and the designated target zone as well. I always post the target zone first in my paid membership, 10x Invest, and then regularly in 10x Insider afterwards. Next, we have the 10x dashboard. There you can check the market yourself and see exactly where we stand right now. I highly recommend doing this every morning. In 10x Invest, it's even more comprehensive with 20 data points, a data-based assessment, and an explanation of the current market status. Next up, we have the 10x ranking. I have every altcoin I've ever analyzed on there, along with any new ones I'm currently looking at. They're compared here in a data-driven ranking. Each market cap is separate. If an altcoin is at the top of the low market caps, it means it's currently strong in its category compared to other low caps. You can always click on EN, for example, to get an analysis report or a link to the YouTube video where I do the analysis and an exchange where you can find it. Everything here is categorized based on data, and the score basically shows how fundamentally strong an altcoin or a stock is. Next, we come to 10x Intelligence. This is an advanced artificial intelligence research bot built with Claude that searches through a massive number of different sources that a human simply would not be able to cover. It is actually very easy for anyone to use because everything happens automatically in the background. You just need to make 3 simple clicks and it finds potentially undervalued altcoins for you. Just click on the Start Research button, then you can choose between crypto or stocks, for example. Then you go to high caps here. The other additional market capitalizations are, of course, for 10x Invest only. So if you want to unlock those, just go ahead and sign up for the 10x Invest membership. In any case, you go to high cap here. Then you can choose which topics are interesting and currently trending. These are also unlocked primarily here for 10x Invest. Here you can simply search then. The search process, as I mentioned before, is possible for you once a week. And then you will always get the latest, let's say, stocks or altcoins that are currently potentially undervalued and extremely exciting. As I said, it naturally builds everything here and evaluates everything so far, and then you ultimately get a result. For example, here's the result. Then you also get info, for instance, the altcoin explained what problem is solved, bullish catalysts, but also risks, the metrics, and of course also sources and where you could trade it. So all the info you need. You can then also set it down here, let's say up here as a favorite, And then you ultimately also have a watch list that you can, for example, simply use down here. So extremely practical. Then we have the 10x watch list. So basically coins or stocks that I currently have on my radar that I'm watching that I might want to buy. So you're fully integrated into my process. In 10x Insider, you only see my high caps, and in 10x Invest, then all of them, so also the low caps and mid caps. Then the 10x Analyst, built on ChatGPT, backed by my knowledge. You can use it to analyze cryptos and stocks, but also, of course, to make comparison for crypto exchanges, but also hardware wallets. You can thoroughly evaluate and analyze the market again to support your comprehensive research work. And finally, there is the 10x Academy, where you can really learn exactly how I proceed based on data. Here we're now taking another look at the mobile view. It's actually quite simple. You click on the symbol at the top left, and then of course on WAP, and then you already see the menu structure here. Then you go to apps, and then you basically see all the content. When you then tap or click on it, then you ultimately have the individual products. So it is actually kept in a very simple and straightforward manner. Thanks for watching. Yes, that's all for now about 10x Insider. Great to have you with us. You can click through at your leisure, and then I wish you a lot of fun. Yes, thanks for watching. I'm linking the 10x Insider here for you now. You can go straight in, or otherwise, the link is in the pinned comment below.